Hey, what's going on YouTube? Indiana James here. Sorry about I didn't get my other video made about WoW returning to the world of WoW. So the war returning to Warcraft. We got a lot of news today, so we're gonna dive right into it. The new mount, maybe the hint that Wrath Lich King is coming to anniversary servers based on this mount that looks like it has blue fur on it. It's called the Juvenile Frostworm mount. Drake, whatever. Interesting looking. I wouldn't use it. All right, next thing is plan your days. We got a 4-hour maintenance schedule tomorrow, May 26th. Um, so they'll be doing maintenance at May 26th, 7 o'clock to 11. So my time is 8 to 12. So plan for that 4-hour maintenance tomorrow. Those of you who work tomorrow, right? 26th? Yeah. Those of you who do work tomorrow after this long holiday weekend, which is like 3 days, um, hopefully you'll be at work in the morning and you won't have to deal with that. So just plan for that for our maintenance. Um, so Dragon Flight Time Walking adds customization to mounts. So Cliffside Wilder Drake horns, Whimscale Drake gold and pink armor, Grotto Netherwing Drake yellow scales, which is interesting looking. Another Grotto Netherwing Drake purple and silver armor. You can buy these for 1,000 time more badges from Zydan in Valdraken. Cool. All right. And then, as I said before, so Dragonflight Time Walking Mountain Transmog rewards coming in 12.0.7. So they have a liquid hot magma slug, black furred baker, which is a looks like a tiger type weird mount thing. Then you got Dragonflight time walking ensembles in transmog. So they got a staff, a crossbow, a sword, scavenger's banner. That's interesting looking. I didn't. I've always wondered why we don't have more of those flags on the back thing. Emergency landing kit. It's like a parachute. Lost plunder key, which is like what is that? A mace? I don't know. Staff mace, whatever. Or sorry, that's probably the mace. This is the staff. Um, Time lost Earth Warden's battle gear. Uh, so they okay. Shoulders. Judaic garb. Winter's dreaming garb. Pristine draconic scholar's finery. I'm not gonna. Okay, we're almost done. Razor scale pauldrons and dragonstone shoulder pads. I'm sorry, these all look like crap. Except maybe the flag thing on the back, how old Japanese people used to have it, the samurais. All right, next is Death Knight Druid and Priest issues resolved 2 days ago. Death Knight Unholy. Resolve an issue causing forbidden ritual aura to remain permanently on the Death Knight. Our fellow Resto Druids reduced the number of sounds and visuals that players that sounds and visuals that play when using the talent Flourish. Priest, Master of Darkness can now be tracked. Cooldown manager. There's no longer a cap on total number of blood tokens a player may accumulate, and resolve an issue that can prevent players from earning Slayer's Rise dominance while holding all bases. Prot Paladin and player versus player fixed an issue where Guardian of the Forgotten Queen could not be interrupted by some crowd control effects. There's a little bit of that's a little bit of a change there for some people. All right, target specific gear slots with Hero Track gear in 12.0.7. Marin Silverwing has expanded her wares, now selling heroic gear caches for specific slots, allowing players to target the gear they need. On live, the quartermaster sells random pieces of catch-up gear through champion and heroic. They don't have any control over what you want. I mean, what you'll get. 500 acolytes apiece, trying to fill one last slot become a very expensive prospect. Um, she offers a separate case for each gear slot, allowing players to purchase what they need. All these slot specific cases are more expensive. Each there practically no potential for waste. We'll be spending considerably less on patch 12.0.7. Though, of course, players, us, will need to still collect field accolades in order to purchase these caches, though they are fairly plentiful in new invasion point zones. Um, Particularly on a heroic world difficulty, which recently has its reward increased to include a mythic piece of gear. Random loot tables scattered across the zone award 5 accolades on normal and 8 on heroic. World quests award 10 to 20 on normal and 16 to 30 on heroic. Rare mobs drop 30 accolades on normal and 60 on heroic. World Boss Quest awards 75 accolades on normal and 225 on heroic, so that's pretty cool. Combined with Tier 6 ritual sites, which can award up to well over 100 per run, players should be able to gear up even brand new characters in no time, which is good if you like alts. I have a couple of alts. Right, many hero talent buffs upcoming class tuning with weekly reset. Blizzard announced Blizzard has announced upcoming class tuning, which includes many hero talent buffs. With schedule weekly maintenance in each region, will make tuning adjustments that are primarily targeted at hero talents that are underperforming in various types of content. Demon Hunters, all Al Aldrachi Reaver performance is and below its alternative hero talent options, so we're buffing some of its effects. Havoc, Death Sweep damage increased by 10. This resolved an issue from a previous update where Black Dance damage was increased, but Death Sweep damage was not correctly updated. The base damage of Death Sweep is intended to be 30, more than that of Blade Dance. I said Black Dance. Aldrich Reaver, Reaver's Glaive damage increased 15. Aldrich Reaver Warblade's Hunger damage increased by 55. Aldrich Reaver Wounded Quarry now deals 30% of physical damage, was 25. And then they do Vengeance. Aldrich Reaver's Glaive 30%, Warblade's Hunger 55, and then Wounded Quarry 25 was 20. All right, a Feral Druid is getting all damage dealt increased by 4%. They're like, you're broke on everything. Here's 4% of everything. Arcane got some changes. All ability damage increased by 5. Arcane missiles increased by 10. Sun Fury Burden of Power. Bonus increased by 30. And Arcane Pulse damage bonus increased by 20 to 20. It was 15. Fire. These changes are intended to increase fire's single target damage. Pyroblast damage by 8 increased. Frostfire bolt damage increased by 5. Frost. Frost's performance is farther behind Spellslinger than we'd hoped. Than they're happy with, so they're boosting a number of talents to increase their single target melee damage. Frostfire bolt 5%. Pyroblast increased by 25. Dual casting adept. Shatter damage bonus increased by to 40%. Wow, that's like a lot more. Flurry bonus increased to 25, and Comet Storm damage bonus increased to 50%. Retribution Paladins. Herald of the Sun has been trailing behind Templar in overall throughput to improve its output. Sorry. The Herald of the Sun has been trailing behind Templar in overall throughput. To improve its output, we're expanding its effective damage window by granting an additional dawn light charge. Wake of Ashes now causes 3 holy power spending abilities to apply a dawn light. It was 2. The next 3 power spending. Endless Gleam now extends dawn light's duration by 0.5 seconds. It was 0.3. Holy Priest. We're reducing the mana cost of some of the core spells in Holy Priest, so Holy Priest can feel more comfortable casting Prayer of Healing and Flash Heal. So they mana cost reduced by 8%. Flash Heal, Benediction, Prayer of Mending, and Prayer of Healing. Cool. Rogue. Deathstalker damage is below the other hero talent options for most content and damage profiles, especially for assassination. And to the least degree of subtlety single target outputs. Changes are targeted at improving Deathstalker's total performance compared to each specialization's alternative. Deathstalker's mark increased by 30. Clear the Witnesses. Now increased Phantom Knives damage by 60. Hunt Them Down damage increased by 25. Corrupted Blood now increased Rupture by 20. Was 10. Darkest Night effect increases Envenom damage by 35. It was 30. Subtlety. Deathstalker's mark damage now increased by 30. Clear the Witness now increases Shuriken Storm by 60 when it was 40. Whew. Wow. No anything for hunters. I'm pretty shocked, actually. Shaman, ancestral spirits from the Farseer hero talent now benefit from the critical damage increase of the Element Fury talent. The mana cost of Chain Heal, Healing Wave, and Riptide has been reduced by 5%. Warriors, these changes aim to improve Colossus performance and Mountain Thane's performance in AoE. Arms, Mortal Strike and Slam damage increased by 25. Fury, Mountain Thane, a Thunder Blast damage increased by 30. Prot, Shield damage increased by 25. Thunder Blast damage increased by 30. I'm not going over player versus player. I don't even do the PvP. Okay. So that's kind of a bummer that they increased a bunch of other classes, but not like Hunter. All right, new Dragonflight Time Unlocking Toy allows you to cover the sky in ash. Ashen Horn. Become encased in ash as embers of Amdrasil rain from above. Similar to effects of items such as Inky Black Potion, Shade Scale. Okay? Interesting. Permanent Timeways dates changed. In the original Full Metal preview, Blizzard announced the return of Turbulent Timeways event, this time taking players through Dragonflight Time Walking. It was scheduled to begin on June 16th. However, the latest 12.0.7, the date pushed back to June 30th. 2 weeks later, could this be a sign that Blizzard is taking feedback related to the disastrous 12.0.5 release seriously? Could Blizzard be taking some extra time for patch 12.0.7, breaking away from the strict 8-week content cadence to assure higher quality releases? Maybe. All right, new Dragonflight Time Walking toy allows you to. Why did I have that open twice? Large experience buffs for quests in 12.0.7, 2 days ago posted. Significantly increased the amount of experience earned from completing the following types of midnight quests: first time delves, midnight dungeon quests, prey, and weekly renown activities. This one line doesn't tell the full story. We went on to the PTR with a fresh 80 characters to see the experience changes. Delver's Call, 7,600. 12.0.7 is 124,000. Dungeon quests have gone up 54,000, and they were 23.5. Prey hunts, 17,000 all the way up to 101. That's a crazy amount. Weekly renown, 11,000 to 101. That's That's pretty cool. Real mass experience increase came from the normal prey hunts and weekly renown activities such as Fortify the Runestones, Weekly Abundance Quest, Legend of Heronir, and the Stormrillion Assault weekly quest. With the addition of Dragonflight Time Walking, players will have loads of opportunities to level up their alts when the 12.0.7 launches. That's really cool. So, all right, well, there's your news for today. I don't see um, much happening between now and 12.0.7. I think Blizzard's going to give it more time a little bit. I honestly believe it'll probably be released around June 30th because they don't want another 12.0.5 happening. They just don't. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think of the video. Like, subscribe down below. I'm here every week doing at least once a week doing a WoW video of news. Um, as far as like if you go back and look at my other previous videos, you guys know that I streamed a lot back in the day. As far as that's concerned, I'm still up in the air trying to do that. Uh, I just I'm a fisherman in World of Warcraft. That's one of my favorite things to do. And I know you guys don't want to sit there and watch me fish for hours or mine or um I've al- and I've I do the raids and such that I do them as like a spur of the moment. Yesterday I got AOTC yesterday on my hunter. And I did not plan that. That wasn't planned. My son invited me to a group. Poof, I got it. I mean, I can't plan for that. Um, so I'll keep you guys updated. I'm pretty sure I'll get back into streaming more so than I have been. So, and be sure to watch my other video about getting the war back in Warcraft. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.